Hey guys, so today I'm gonna talk something about secret meetings through history. So secret meetings have played a crucial role in shaping history. So from religious resistance to political revolutions. So here are some of the most significant clandestine gatherings throughout history. So I'm gonna read them in chronological order. So early Christians gatherings from 1st to 4th century. Before Emperor Constantine legalized Christianity, thus 313th year Anno Domini, Christians were meeting secretly in catacombs and private homes to avoid persecution by the Roman Empire. These meetings allowed the faith to spread despite the risk of execution. Next, secret meetings that were, let's say, quite popular, the assassins. And that was between 11th and 13th century. The Nizari Ismailis, often called the assassins, they operate through secret meetings and networks in the Middle East. Actually, in the original, they were called Hashashin, and they used covert strategies to resist larger Muslim empires, relying on espionage and assassination. So nothing what we couldn't predict. So third, Knights Templar and Freemasons from 12th century to present day. The Knights Templar, a medieval Christian military order, held secret meetings regarding their wealth, influence, and mysterious rituals. After their persecution in 1307, legend arose about their underground survival, influencing later secret societies. Many people don't know, but Friday 13th is considered as a day of really bad luck, because it was cursed by the general of Templars, general of this monastery. Actually, not monastery, order, and he was burned alive. And in front that happened in front of a French king and the Pope, Catholic Pope. So while he was dying, he cursed this day when he was dying, and it was the Friday 15th, and since that time this date is considered as really bad luck, really unlucky. So back to Freemasonry, which emerged in the 16th and 17th centuries, is known for its secretive meetings, symbols, and influence in political revolutions. Well, according to some, they're still active. Fun fact: Freemasonry had the highest amount of members in 50s of 20th century. So of the 20th century. So next, fourth, Protestant conventicles. Also, like in the case of Freemasonry, 16th and 17th century. So, in countries where Protestantism was illegal, like France and Scotland, believers held secret religious meetings in forest, caves, or homes. This is why we have two types of actually no, that was about we're talking about Protestants, and I meant there's two types of Freemasonry. There is Scottish Freemasonry, and they need to their members need to be believers. They need to believe in God, at least. So, rumor has it. In case of French Freemasonry, they don't need to believe in God. The Scottish Covenanters, 17th century, held conventicles in defiance of the Anglican Church. Fifth, the gunpowder plot in 1605. A group of Catholic conspirators led by Guy Fawkes secretly met to plan the assassination of King James I of England and the bombing of Parliament. Their plot was exposed before it could be carried out. Sixth, the American Revolution's secret societies. 1770s. Groups like the Sons of Liberty held secret meetings to resist British rule, planning events like the Boston Tea Party in 1773. The revolutionaries used taverns, hidden messages, and coded symbols to coordinate their resistance. Seventh, the French Revolution's secret clubs. Between 1789 and 1799, revolutionary groups like the Jacobins and Cordeliers met in secrecy to organize uprisings against the monarchy. Masonic lodges played a key role in spreading revolutionary ideas. Eighth, the Underground Railroad, 19th century. Abolitionists and freed slaves organized clandestine routes and safe houses to help enslaved people escape to freedom. They used coded messages and secret signals to avoid detection. Ninth, secret resistance meetings in Nazi-occupied Europe in the 30s and 40s of 20th century. The White Rose movement in Germany and French resistance held secret gatherings to plan anti-Nazi activities. Resistance fighters across Europe used safe houses, underground newspapers, and covert signals to organize sabotage missions. In general, the most active, the biggest, and the most dangerous were in Poland, because this is where everything was happening. 10th, the Manhattan Project in 40s of 20th century. The development of the atomic bomb was one of the most highly classified projects in history. Scientists and military officials held secret meetings across different locations in the US and Canada. 11th, the Cold War's underground movements. During whole Cold War between 1947 and 1991, CIA and KGB agents conducted clandestine meetings to exchange intelligence. Dissidents in the Soviet Union and Eastern Bloc held underground gatherings to discuss democracy and human rights. Again, mostly in Poland, mostly in Poland, and this is actually where crushing communism happened. The communism actually in Central Europe was shut down by Poles, by Solidarity and Catholic Church in Poland. By the Catholic Church, yeah. 12. Civil rights movement and secret strategy meetings in 50s and 60s. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X held private meetings to plan protests, boycotts, and marches. The Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committees, SNCC, and the Black Panthers also used secret gatherings to organize activism. 13. In 12 we actually can say something about Ku Klux Klan, but everyone know how it looks. Many people don't realize what actually the Ku Klux Klan was formed by Freemasons, and at the beginning it wasn't. Actually, the main activity of the Ku Klux Klan wasn't racist. I mean, they were racist, obviously, and one of their goals was eliminating non-white races. But why they were burning crosses? Because actually they were anti-Catholic Protestant Freemasons group. So this was their main activity. So 13th, modern secret meetings, 21st century. Anonymous hacker groups and whistleblowers like WikiLeaks and Edward Snowden have held covert discussions to expose classified government activities. Underground political movements still use encrypted communication and secure locations to organize resistance in authoritarian regimes. But few extra words about this. Honestly, I'm not against something like secret meetings, because as you can see, not everything was black and white. In this case, there was resistant groups, a group of resistance during war, but obviously also huge amount of secret meetings were run by and created by bad guys. But in general, I'm not against this. This is strategy. This is a strategy. If you are preparing, I'm not talking about something anti-political, or but in general, there is lots of groups in Europe, for instance, that those are business groups. I won't name them, but they are meeting once a week, and they exchanging cards. And let's say that it's a group of usually 100 businessmen, entrepreneurs, and in this group can be an only one representative of one profession. One actually what is that word? Not one profession, but one type of a business. So, if someone is, let's say, then in this group of 100, if someone is has a company, IT company that is developing websites for the business. There's only one company of this type in that group to fight with inner competition. So they organize around idea of creating monopoly on the specific territories. And this is happening in the countries where there is more of a free market, not those countries are not socialist. This is why they are doing this. They are fighting with actually free equal chances. With the equal chances for everyone. So this is definitely something against. Good idea of the business. So actually they are against consumers, because we are losing on this. Because if they're not competing, we don't get cheaper or better products. But I was saying that I'm not against secret meetings, because if you want to achieve some things, depends on the situation, what kind of group it is. You need to realize, you need to be aware of that you have against yourself someone who already formed that group. Okay, so this is not, if you're not forming that kind of groups where you can actually prepare yourself for competition, for fighting for your rights, depends what it wouldn't be, what it might be. You're just countering them. You just counter them. Honestly, I'm against also speculation on against speculation like buying and selling cryptocurrencies, general currencies, when you actually make money on differences in prices. People who are only for speculation are buying a house to sell it for the bigger price, and they are doing only this. If you are if you are holding to any kind of rules of agenda, how good it wouldn't be. It's always much better from strategic, tactical perspective to have something like a secret meeting. Not in a bad way, okay? Again, I'm not talking about something that I can prove, because, well, this is how this works, that you cannot prove some of those ways how business in Europe works, but not only in Europe, but in some countries. Actually, I'm thinking about a very specific country, about a very specific country, where businessmen don't want anyone from outside of their group, and they recognizing each other by things like boots. What kind of boots are you wearing? How weird that wouldn't sound. This is true. Those boots must be very expensive. This is how they recognize each other. It's not about how good they look, but how expensive they look. Or I'm gonna give you other example of how they are reading emails. There was a time when if you wanted send an email to very specific cases, if you want to just make a deal, you need to start an email with very specific number of spaces. If I remember, there was a time when they were using 2 spaces, right? Because they just didn't wanted someone from outside. They didn't want outsiders, and it wasn't even that bad idea or immoral, because they wanted people that they could trust. So they would be aware that they having only those that won't screw them all over. Because in those, I'm talking about just recent times. Because Chinese companies were dealing with Western companies when China was uprising. And Chinese entrepreneurs were treated in Western Europe, very poorly. They actually screwed so many times that they stopped treating Western Europeans as someone that they can treat as equals to them. So, about secret meetings. Maybe next video I'm gonna say something more about this. But for now, that's all. So, take care, guys.